யாருங்க? ஆமாம்.
ஏமா okay, I'll stop. But it takes time to come back.
வரல லதாவை கேட்க சொன்ன கூப்பிடுங்க லதா.
Hello. Shall I share, ma? Padma, can you see my this thing? PPT? You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is visible, ma'am. You're audible, and your view also is good, ma'am. It's good, ma'am. Both in the
PPT?
YouTube. Yes, ma'am. Everything is fine, ma'am. YouTube also we have checked it is.
Right, right.
Yes,
Am I
yes,
audible now?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm
It is
keeping my
audible.
mic at the nearest point and I'm yelling actually.
Fine, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am. You're audible.
Yeah, dear.
Okay, ma'am. We'll wait. Now it is Zoom is full, ma'am. Now we'll people are started joining in YouTube. Have you go received the
Fine,
YouTube
fine, fine.
link, ma'am? You can share
Yeah,
with
yeah,
your group.
I've got it, and I've shared with people also around,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now they've started joining in YouTube. Once it has come nearly
Okay,
100, we will start, ma'am. Actually, so 10 more minutes is there for
fine.
actual time itself. We'll wait, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
I
ma'am. Thank you.
understand.
Hello. So, good morning. Sorry.
So, okay, fine. I'll do that. Okay. Yeah.
Stop and share, stop and Mom, 1 minute, mom. We'll start in another minute. Mom, shall we wait another 5 minutes, mom?
Yeah, it is 11, right? How many participants you expect? Hello, am I
Sorry, mom?
audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. How
Okay,
many
yes, ma'am.
participants you are expecting?
We are waiting for the 200 participants, ma'am. Actually,
Okay.
100 in Zoom, only 55 are joining YouTube, ma'am.
Okay, okay. But here it is showing 91 in your Zoom.
Yes, ma'am. They are in waiting, ma'am. Waiting room.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's 100 over, I guess,
Joining,
no?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. Angel, shall we start? Angel? Because Zoom is full and YouTube also is more than 100. Shall we start now?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Uh, Angel, shall we start now? Because YouTube also is more than 100 and here also it is full. Zoom also is full.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, people will keep joining. Uh, sh- ma'am, shall we start, ma'am? Ma'am, I think you have to unmute,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. You have muted me. Yeah, now all right.
Shall we, ma'am?
Yes,
Yeah, I am ready. Am I audible now?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Everything is fine.
Visible, audible. Yeah.
Good, ma'am. Okay, Angel, start, Angel, please.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. Honorable guest speaker, respected principal, vice principal, faculties from various institutions and hospital, my dear friends and students, a happy morning to everyone here. On behalf of GRT College and School of Nursing, I take this glorious moment to welcoming all of you for this webinar on emerging trends in nursing research and publication. In any professional field, research is necessary to advance and improve practices. Nursing is no different. And nursing has the potential to develop healthcare. Standard for vital healthcare, as everyone knows, they solve problems at life-defining moment and create system for improved patient care. It's a demanding field, and nurses make a massive contribution to the success of their institution and healthcare industry. With such immense learning curve and the clinical expertise required, nurses at all levels should take the opportunity to share their learnings by publishing their research and findings. Implementing research and publishing research is crucial for a career in science. Doing research is only half of the picture. If the result of the research studies or program documentation are not published, and where they are published as an important impact also, other researchers cannot appreciate the value of evidence generated and they cannot see the evidence or further build on it, and overall science cannot develop and grow. So despite the importance of research in the discipline of nursing, current trends in nursing have rarely been discussed across current trends in nursing awards of great personality. Yes, to explore the concept of today's, we have the eminent resource speaker, Dr. Sharada Ramesh, Professor cum Director, Symbiosis College of Nursing, Symbiosis International University, Maharashtra. Ma'am has acquired BSc Nursing from CMC Vellore in the year 1986 and she enjoyed her post in clinical area after her completion. Then she returned to take her master's, qualifying herself in community health nursing so that she could specialize in whatever she had a prior experience in. Then, ma'am has completed doctorate in nursing from Sri Ramachandra University, Chennai in the year 2008. She has a versatile experience over a period of 33 years in the field of nursing. She has captured highest position in nursing service, education and research both in India and abroad. Our honored guest speaker has inherently been gifted with art of education and speaking and the ability to capture the art of audiences of different groups. And also, under her leadership, now Symbiosis College of Nursing was announced as top 10 nursing colleges of India by Higher Education Review recently in the year 2018. Not only this, she was a trained ADAC inspector for INC and trained assessor for NAC Bangalore and proud recipient of Sigma Theta Ta Eta Pi Research Award USA in the year 2008. We are very proud to have you, ma'am. Our Excellency has also got various prestigious awards. That is, National Mahila Ratna Gold Medal Award in the year 2010 and Jewel of India Award and Certificate of Excellence in the year 2010, Best Principal Award in the year 2016 and Best Director Award from Leela Poonawalla Foundations Pune from the year 2018 and Best Nurse Administrator Award in the year 2019 and Best Nurse Educationalist Award in the year 2020. And with her innate talent, Madam has brought so many innovative ideas and contributed a lot in the field of nursing research and also received many awards in nursing research. They are Best Research Paper Award in the year 2010, an Academic Excellence and Outstanding Contribution to Research Award in the year 2013. Again, she received Best Research Paper Award in the year 2017. And she has published nearly 66 research papers in indexed journal, out of which 31 in Scopus indexed, and published 6 books. And not only this, she done 250 community outreach services and 215 podium presentation, 12 international presentation as invited as a resource person. And ma'am was a reviewer and panel of editor for so many journals, including Manipal Journal of Nursing and Health Services, International Journal of Community Health Nursing, International Journal of Nursing Research. And she is a member of RAC, IEC, BOS, Academic Council, BOE, and PRC. And apart from that, she is acted in short film for JWF on community awareness on depression with the name of Udira Gayangal and We Are Pregnant. She is also a resource person in so many television channels like Sun TV, Jaya Plus, DD, Jaya TV on various occasions. So, for this event today, there could not have been a more appropriate person than her to enlighten, enhance, to enrich the occasion, to sharpen our mind. Ma'am, we are very fortunate to have you as a resource speaker for this program. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and came forward to share your knowledge and experience on research to the upcoming nursing researchers. Dear delegates, train your mind and ready to fill your brain with the resource speaker's knowledge. May I now request the guest speaker of today to take over the session. We welcome you again and over to you, ma'am.
Welcome you, ma'am. Thank you, Angel.
Hello, good
Yes,
morning to all.
yes. Good morning.
Without much ado, I would like to share my screen and start off the presentation. Thank you, Angel, for introducing me. I'm just trying to share the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot start sharing while the other participant, you have to close the PPT, dear.
Ma'am, now we can share, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm not able to do the sharing, Angel.
You stop sharing,
Yeah,
Angel.
I
Yes,
guess
ma'am,
I can
stop.
do it.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Dear delegates, good morning to all of you. When that is getting opened, let me, is it now visible, the PowerPoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Dear
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
someone, Padma, is it
Yes, ma'am.
visible,
Yes, ma'am.
dear?
Visible, ma'am. Visible, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'll just enter and see whether it is moving. You just tell me. Is it moving? Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
is it moving?
No, we have not.
Slide share panel.
Next slide, it is not going, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what. Is it coming now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the second slide, please?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Dear delegates, now next, let me just move up and down. Let me see. I think there's some problem with this. It takes time, I guess. Can you? I don't know.
Ma'am, shall yes, ma'am. It is moving, ma'am. Shall I ask
Slide
Angel
you
to
are
share,
able.
ma'am?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This is not moving here.
Okay, ma'am. Then you stop
Send
sharing,
it,
ma'am.
send, but yeah, I'll stop sharing. I don't
Yes,
know.
ma'am. Angel, you can start share, Angel.
The
Yes, ma'am.
flow should be good, no? 1 minute. I'll just see. Did we? stop share. I'll do the stop sharing. Angel, can you please share it? There's some issue here. It's not moving.
Okay, ma'am.
Dear delegates, the whole session has been, when she's sharing, I just thought I'll just give a preview of this presentation. Dear delegates, good morning to all of you. It's wonderful to meet you here. I would like to thank the GRT management, Dr. Padmavati and her team, Angel, for bringing me in here for this presentation. Thank you so much for that. Coming to this topic, I told her it's a too wide a topic because journal publication itself is so much to talk about. However, I have divided nursing trends in research in a one or two slides. I'll just finish it off, and then we will move on to the journal publication because that has to be going on for a wider reach because that many books don't give you that trends in nursing research. The books do give us. Now coming to the trends in nursing across the nations in USA, Canada, they have done lot of research on that to try out what is 2020 research would be from here onwards because we are already in the pandemic. So they have identified six themes reflecting the current trends of nursing research. One is demographic alterations. I'm sure all of you are seeing so many issues in the society. The demographic alterations in some countries there is old age population. In our country we have more of young adult population. So the demographic alteration is not the same across the nation, so that would call in for a lot of research for the nurses. Increasing diversities and globalization, already we are seeing in this pandemic the diversities, mainly the migrant population will increase, migrant children will increase. That is what the World Economist and the Political Forum predicts. So there will be a lot of avenues for you us to do on the migrant population. Once upon a time, we have moved on with the gypsy population to do the studies. But you know what? The cultural values of the gypsy population is very, very high, very, very high, which you can never think of even. But today, the migrant population in Syria, what is happening? In Gaza Strip, what is happening? The migrant children there. So the diversities are more for us. So such areas will be calling for the research. That happens in our own country also, Rohingya Muslims. So the migrant population is going to be very, very high. Migrant adolescent will be high. Terrorism will be more. So you will have lot of avenues on that. Technology innovation. This is the right time. I don't want to mention what is technology. Actually, we are sometimes abusing technology as well with this webinar and things like that. So this innovation, see, I come from a generation where I have never seen a telephone or a television. It was in only in my eighth standard I have seen a television, that too in school. They took us when Kapil Dev was playing his cricket just for half an hour. We were in the auditorium sitting on the floor, and TV was such a wonder to see. And that too, it was a black and white TV. Today, you know how children are using this technology. So this technology and telemedicine and telenursing across the hospitals, they have moved on to the telemedicine and nursing to do this quarantine and care of the COVID-19 patients. Individualized or personal care and population health initiatives is what is looked at because everyone wants to have their own neighborhood and gated community. Today, what is the culture in the cities? You have a gated community. Each gated community has got its own society. Each society has got its own way of dealing this pandemic. All of you must have seen. I came for leave for 1 or 2 days to Chennai last year, and I was not able to go back to Pune because that society will not allow me to go back. Last year, you must have been knowing that pandemic, how it was and how they were quarantining. Though I belong to that society and I'm paying a rent for the flat, but I was not allowed to go inside. Finally, my management said, "Ma'am, you come. We will provide you with guest house and you stay there, and we will sort out this issue." So such is the thing. So the population health initiatives, you will have a lot of avenues to move ahead. health policies and regulations will be changing. Already we have health regulations. The NNMC bill is coming. Nurse practitioners are taking the documents are more now, and nursing workforce changes will definitely happen. And there will be a call for more of doctoral education. And rightly, the organizers have taken the research and publication as a topic for today. And can you move on to the next slide, please, Angel? Yeah. What is expected from us? The nurses must be graduated to qualify for nursing position in nursing service and nursing education. All of us know that. The creation of a special research department, already GRT has made it like that. All the colleges are looking at it. Every hospital has got their own IC, and every college has got their own RAC, Research Advisory Committee. The hospital, and even if your college is giving permission, even if it is your parent hospital, then also you will have to go into a stringent ethical committee clearance in your hospital, and greater emphasis on the research in the undergraduate program. Till now we are looking at graduate programs, I mean postgraduates. Now we are looking at undergraduate program researchers, and this will bring in lot of avenues and work for the research. So these would be the trends. Per se, I have brought it in the bird's eye view of the trends of nursing research. So lot of avenues are there. Why I didn't concentrate much on this part of the session, the topic today given to me is because this any Google search engines will give you a lot of input about that. I'm just giving you a preview of what is required in the public in the research. But publication is what we are looking at. Can we move on to the next slide, dear? Publications. Now I'm my topic will not look at what are the uses of journal publication, why you should do. All that is there in any research book that you search for. Why dissemination is important, all of you know that. My presentation is moving across with the publications which not many books are giving. Unless you yourself know little bit of knowledge and then you search on this you will get lot of input. So the book per se doesn't give you much of this area of publication. So coming to the types of publication, what are the different types of publication? As you can see here the diagram, you have social media. So you can write your blog and web pages, and as you write even the WhatsApp. See, last year also they said don't put any message on COVID-19 WhatsApp messages. So there is little control. As you write, you can write your opinion. Even in the YouTube, you can talk and put it. So you can create your own web pages and do that. Newspaper, you can again write article that will take maybe 1 week or 1 day. It will get presented. Conference proceedings, all of you know you have to submit a conference proceeding to the organizer. They will vet out. They have their own editorial team, scientific team who will look into the article and start publishing your material. And that is little, see, all these things are little easier as the continuum goes. Magazines and scientific journals like your health magazine or Nightingale Times, these are magazines and the scientific somewhat scientific journals. It will take some magazine, it will take some 1 month time. You write an article today, you send it within a month's time, you will get. Some scientific journals are very very rigorous, and it takes more than a year for your publication. For example, Scopus. I'm sure all of you must have heard about the Scopus publications. So we are moving into that. The other kind of things is your reference work, books that you write, and the patents. Patents is the highest, and these will take several years for you to work and get it published and take it to the public market. So so as the years go, or the more the stringent thing, more time it takes and more rigorous it becomes. So what is that we should know in this? So let us look at how it is going. Shall we move to the next, please? There are different types of journals, and I'm not looking at the newspaper conference and all. The types of journals is what our concern is, because any organization when you go, they will ask you when you submit your CV, what is that they are asking? How many publications do you have? This is what they are asking. So types of journals, there are general journals, there are discipline specific journals. For example, general, if you call it, you have health journals, health for million and health. These are ever since we are seeing in the profession. So those are general. Anyone can write. A doctor can write. A nurse can write. But discipline-specific journals are there, like American Journal of Nursing or European Journal of Research. All these things. So there are discipline-specific. So my topic today will move on discipline-specific because we are not looking at a general. General, they will accept your article and it doesn't have that much of rigorous editing and peer review and things like that. So let us move on to why we are looking at it is, see, it is a rat race outside. Let us accept this. As you do some research, as Angel was pointing out, as you do a research, you cannot keep it here. You have to publish it and you have to take the credential, and that is what is required as in your academic career. Now don't ask why you have to do, why all these things. There is no question at all. It is a rat race. You have to capture the rat race, you have to take the baton and keep running. So what are the types of journals that you have in discipline specific? Scopus, I'm not talking about the journal title. Please understand. When I say discipline specific, I'm not talking American Journal of Nursing or some other nursing journal. I'm not talking nursing research journal. It's not like that. I'm talking in the broader classification. Scopus indexed, Web of Science books, UGC care listed journals, Google Scholar journals. These are the four types of broader classification of journals which you are looking at when you do a dissemination of your article. Now, out of that, Scopus definitely is the number one. That's why it stands there in A as a category, Scopus Index Journal. Web of Science is also equally good, and as we go, we will see. So, the four discipline specific journals in which, if you publish, your academic career will take a light. Definitely, it is going to take, you will have a better this thing. As you apply in any university, international or national, if you show that I have this particular journal publication with the Web of Science or UGC care listed. If you are working in a deemed university, you should have UGC care listed journals and Scopus index. For us, it is Scopus indexed. There is no doubt you have to publish it. Google Scholar journals are a little easier to move on. Next slide, please, Angel. As we move on to the Scopus index, now what is this Scopus? See, all these people are sort of a private vendors. Okay, someone is saying she can't hear your voice. Am I audible, Angel? Yeah, someone is chatting there. Can you just solve this problem? Some Prakash is telling chat box in that it is written. Scopus is the largest abstract and citation database of peer-reviewed literature. You open the Google search engine, you put Scopus, you will get lot of scientific journals, books, and conference proceedings. When you do a conference, you can even call a Scopus journal. You have to go into the Scopus. It is a search engine. It is a private party play. It is a payment. It is not a non-profit thing. It is a profit organization. But what is their advantages? They are stringent and rigorous peer review and the huge database that they have. Not only on health sciences or life sciences, they have in art, science, any discipline. That is why Scopus takes lot of things. I mean, lot of credibility, delivering a comprehensive overview of the world research output. So, in the field of science, in the technology, medicine, social science, arts, humanities, any article you want to track, analyze, and visualize the research, if it is a Scopus Index journal, your article is easily reachable. So, that is why everyone is saying. So, it is like marketing, right? Yourself, you're marketing yourself, you're marketing your own publication. Next slide, please, Angel. So Scopus index journals are a very largest base and they have lot of citations given. Once you publish in Scopus, your reach as a professional is very, very far and wide. The next one is Web of Science journals. Web of Science journal actually started before that Scopus. They are the most popular and highly reputed journal indexing databases in the entire globe. Why they are so recognized? Because they have lot of authenticity. Whatever journal material is published, it is not a copied material, cut copy material. No, it is not like that. So authenticity of the material is very good. quality of the journal is very good and indexed in its database. So any year of search you can go and search the database and bring forward that particular thing, and it will be more easy for you when you do your thesis or postdoctoral to no, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Angel? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Angel?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you're muted, Angel. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Audible only, ma'am.
But some are saying I'm not audible.
Yes, ma'am. I asked them to exit and
Can you
rejoin
just
it
check? Yeah,
again.
move on to the next slide. Move on to the next slide.
Yes,
I think I have to eat the mic now. Anyway, I'll do that. Anyway, I only want this audience to be really this thing. So, Web of Science selection is made on the basis of impact evaluation. They select it based on the impact of the evaluation, of course, peer reviewed. And there is a they comprise of open access journals. Now, open access, as we go, you will know. See, you have to publish on a open access to have a wider reach of your article. Once you do that, people recognize you internationally also. So open access journals, they have lot many and spanning multiple academic disciplines. Why Web of Science is so big is they have in all discipline, whichever discipline you name, psychology, sociology, art, science, nursing, then you get that, and they include every discipline that is under the sun. So that is why Web of Science journals have a lot of quality journals, and they are more authentic, and they are the forerunner players. They started this business long time. And then so you are, as you publish your WOS journals, if your material is going to a WOS journal, then your reach of material is quite big, means it's a bigger view, right? Next slide, please, Angel. Next. The third thing we were looking at is UGC CARE listed journal. CARE is not your nursing care; it is a mnemonic consortium for academic research and ethics. UGC Union Grants Commission. Suppose you are working in a deemed university, UGC CARE listed journals in a year two you have to publish. You have to publish in a year, because otherwise your PAR API, we have performance appraisal rating, and you will not get the uh, your increments. Okay, your performance, all of you know what is a performance appraisal. So performance appraisal on various categories, this also is very important. Am I audible? Everyone is saying I'm not audible.
Ma'am, audible.
Yeah, am I audible, Angel?
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have UGC CARE listed journals. You are working in a deemed university, or in a government university. Then UGC is Union Grants Commission under the Ministry of Education. So they are the people who control, like your INC. We have the UGC. So the deemed universities are controlled by UGC, and you will have to present or publish your article in the consortium for academic research and ethics. That is CARE, UGC CARE listed journal. Once you open UGC CARE portal, you will get lot of journals. They what they do is, can you move to the next? They have everything: multidisciplinary science journal, classification, everything. Why UGC is looking at it? There are so many predatory journals who cheat you, fraud journals. So the government has taken a aim to stimulate publication. Otherwise what happens, you pay for your publication, and you don't know whether it will get published, or they might cheat. They might tell, yeah, it is in Scopus, yeah, it is in Web of Science. But after taking your money, money in the sense, it's not 1 or 2,000 rupees. I'll tell you, Scopus cost you around 14,000 rupees per article publication. So it is a huge money comparing with the kind of salary that we are getting. So once you pay the money, and publishers, they know you, they will go on ask you, publish immediately. I'll take this now. When they say that, you have your mindset that, yeah, something is wrong. It is Scopus and all doesn't publish within a day or two. It never happens that way. As I showed you in my initial diagram, it doesn't happen that way. So UGC, what, it's a government organization. So what they have done to stimulate, empower Indian academic through its quality mandate and to eradicate any plagiarized and subpar material. What happens is the material is very slow. I think Prakash is someone who is chatting. I think he has got some net issue. I guess you will have to sort it out, Angel. So material that might damage the reputation and standards of international research. So they wanted to check all these journals quality and then give you the filtered list of journals which are real good journals. So that is why you can always believe UGC care listed journals. Suppose you want to publish, you are in a standalone college like a GRT or somewhere. Then what you do, you go to the UGC care listed journals, you open the list, you see which are all the journals that they are recommending, pick one out of that based on your topic and present it, and that will be more easy for you as a novice published author. And they want to promote a quality research, and they have lot of academic integrity and publication, and they prevent, as I told you, they prevent publication in dubious, predatory, substandard journals. So that is why you always say you look into UGC care listed journals. They give you a lot of reference of UGC care listed journal. Look at the list what they have and you then publish it. They also to develop a methodology and approach for good quality journal identification. So suppose I don't know, I'm a new author, I don't know where I will search. Then you go to the UGC care listed journal. You will get lot of journals because they have so much there. You pick one or the journal, you talk to the editor, you talk to the publisher, and then publish your article, which is a safe bet. You're sailing on a safe zone, right? The fourth component or the type of journal is Google Scholar Journal. So it is a free accessible web search engine. Okay. And it indexes the full text or the metadata of the scholarly literature, whatever you have written, your research things, and they have an array of publishing formats. If you look into UGC care listed or Web of Science, the format is very clear. You can't deviate this side or that side. And but here the formats will flex, and here the index includes most peer reviewed online academic journals. So it is very easy to, within a week's time your article is online and you have a better reach. Suppose you are doing your thesis and you want to wind up, then go into a Google Scholar Journal provided your university accepts it, and then publish it. Suppose you are doing a conference, all the conference proceeding material, call one of the Google Scholar Journal, and then take your souvenir into that. So your view, I mean, the conference proceedings will have a better view. I have had 2 3 conference when I went to Singapore. That came in Google Scholar, so my reach was better. People started, the international forum started at least identifying who I am. Otherwise, you become so small a speck in the Indian scenario. Maybe few people only will know your article, and they do a preprint, abstracts, technical reports, everything they publish. That is the advantage of Google Scholar journals. Whereas Scopus and Web of Science and all, they publish only the research component, or it should be a review material, and it should be a very strong material. Whereas here other scholarly article, I have written one on women's mental health and mental retardation. It was very easy and it open. After that I started getting lot of calls about that. So Google Scholar journals are quite easy if you want a fast track publication, open access, more better reach, and you want to finish it and your university is accepting thesis. Yeah, you can go into Google Scholar. There is no as I said, for us even MSc publication should go into the Scopus. Unless you finish the Scopus publication, your degree certificate is not given. That much of stringent rules we have in our deemed university. It is, if it is not like that, you just want to publish your projects or a novice nurses, then you go to that. And Google Scholar strives to include as many journal as possible, like Google's army only. Like you touch Google engine, you get anything under the sun. So that is why they are increasing that. Go into that. Then, but what is their disadvantage? Little bit is they have polluted the global scientific world, and with pseudoscience, a record that Google Scholar dutifully and perhaps blindly includes in its central index. They tell in index that this is dubious, this is not a good one, but they present it. You understand? So filtering is our area. So that is why the deemed universities look at the first three ones, journal publication. One is your Scopus, second one is Web of Science, third is your we told about the Google Scholar, rather UGC care listed, and Google Scholar. Google Scholar comes the fourth rank. So first is Scopus. If you have more Scopus, you are the best person that they can think of, right? Move on to the next, Angel, please. Next, please. Yeah. So when you are doing all these things, as I told, these are all private, non-profit or profit organizations, except for UGC care listed, which is a government organization. As you do, now they say impact factor. Everyone says, no, there's some ranking for that. So what are categories of ranking that you are looking at? If I take the impact factor, am I the best one? Or if I take this cross ref, am I the best one? So there are different types of ranking that you have in journals. Not all journals are ranked the same way, like your students. All students don't get the same rank, right? All teachers don't get the same evaluation from the student. The same way, all journals do not get the same rank. Many people must have heard about the IF or the impact factor journals. So, impact factor journals, is it the only ranking system? That is the only usual thing that we get. But there are other types of references, other types of rankings we have to think of. So, what are those? One is high impact factor journal, EBSCO journal, Crossref journal, Google Scholar, SJR, Schemago, and Scopus, Clarivate Analytics, Open Access Journals, and DOI, that is Digital Object Identifier Directory. So these are some of the kind of rankings. So we will see one by one, because high impact factor you must have heard of. Up till 10 you get, right? 1 to 10 you are getting. And nursing journals, commonly it is somewhere between 4.5. If you take Nature journal, then that is the highest journal. Now how do they calculate all these impact factor, and why we are looking at impact factor is the kind of presentation I'm going to do. One by one rankings we are looking at, an attempt to measure the impact a journal has had. How much impact, you all know, right? How much impact you have had. Someone is tutoring you, you are sending your child for a tuition. What is the impact factor there? After 1 month or 2 months of tuition for maths, the child should get some 80 or 90 marks. Otherwise, you will stop the tuition teacher, right? The same way, a journal is published to open access. So, has it been cited by so many people? Was it read by people? People are interested in that. Like the same thing, your TRP in your television, satellite channels. Which TV you see? BBC is the best in news, right? ABC is best in news. Whereas you want to see movies, you go to Z or Netflix, like that. You have certain amount of objective measurement for the quality, and that determines the business of that journal. So what they do here is the impact factor. There is an organization who does that, who gives the impact. That's why the journalists proudly say, na, we have an impact factor. When they send you a mail asking you to publish your article, then the editor writes to you saying that we have a high impact factor, 4.5, 5.5, or 5.8, or 6.8. Nature is 8 point something, almost 9 it is. So they tell you. So looking at that numerical, then you know, oh, it is a highly qualified journal. So express in terms of numerical figures which are easy to understand. Why this number 1 to 10? Like a pain scale. I say pain, then you don't know what my pain is. If I say I have 5 pain on a visual analog scale or a numerical scale, then you know I have more pain, right? You understand that. But numerical always helps us, right? The child is studying, you give some rank, then you know that child is doing good. A parameter for highlighting the relative significance of a journal within the specific field. So you will know. So they have designed a scale, number of times a journal has been cited. Someone is referring that and telling, putting this journal component into his thesis, then that journal gets a citation. Okay, so it's based on some mathematical calculation. Remember that. Move on to the next, please. We did a mock drill, but I couldn't share now. I don't know. Indicates the frequency with which an article appears. How many times your article appears on the citation and acts as a measuring medium for the number of citations received by the article in a particular journal. So what they will do, suppose the article is cited, then they don't take any article, right? A citation article will have the best of the publications or the material, and they cannot take a subpar material. So that is why the journal gets more credibility. More, suppose you want to buy a silk saree, you go to Nalli, you don't go to any other silk shop, right? Why for wedding you go to Nalli and buy your wedding saree? Because you know pretty much there is a score for that, and you get the best of the silk saree there. So the same way, you go to a journal when the impact factor is more and you publish, then you know your material is not a substandard. So they measure you also that you are one of the good writer or author. So that is why, and it is denoted as you are getting one citation. Once it gets a citation, it gets a denotes one score. As I told, 10 times. The calculation is there. It's not just 10 numerical. They have their own calculation of doing this impact factor. Next, please. So high impact factor. This is one kind of ranking that you have. You can see here 10 plus ranking. How many journals are there? The journal citation reports every year they submit. They put it on the search engine, Google search engine. You can look into. So you will know the top ranks who are get. See the 10 plus rank. How many journals are getting? How many journals will be there in this whole world? There are only 239 journals who get this. That means it's only 1.9%, hardly 2% of the whole of journal. So see, they are the best among the business. And 4 plus is a good score actually. You can look into impact factor. It's written on your journals. You can go to that, you verify a journal, you will get all these details. So you 11 point something is there. So journal citation reports every year they sit and calculate this and they put it on their website. Go to their reports and then search for those. They will give you the list of journals. The second column you see 3 plus, it is put in the impact factor. Second column is number of journals. 205 2575 journals are there. You can get the list of journals in this citation report. You go to the Google search engine, you will get it. So whether you want, your organization is telling we will not give you a par API, we will not give you increment unless otherwise you publish more than 4 plus impact factor, or you're publishing your thesis, then go to the journal citation report, search the journals for nursing. Out of this 2500, I do not know, I have not done a search on this. Maybe some of 50 or 20 nursing journals you will have, or related health Ayush something you will have, you can publish it, right? So go to that. So you will have to do a groundwork. Don't just get something, grab and publish. We have this habit of, I did it earlier, any journal that comes on my way, someone sends a mail, I used to publish it. Never I have done this groundwork. Like a shopping only, you have a basket, right? You have a cart, you add it. Even the e-shopping, what do? You add it, then you compare it. Amazon is cheap, or Flipkart is cheap, or Mintra is cheap. So in your like that, you do a cart and you find out which is the best, and then you take the publication, because anyway you're going to spend your money, hard earned money. It doesn't just come to you like heck of it. Nobody is going to pay you that. So look into, do a groundwork and do this. So impact factor, someone will say impact factor, so don't publish. Go to the journal citation report, find out how many journals are there, whether they are really cited that way, and then do the publication. And should not be the only consideration when judging. Impact factor is not the only quality factor. Remember that there are so many journals which you get good articles, but it may not be a quality one. I mean, it will be the one of the best quality, but it will not have an impact factor. That also we see. But however, the business is that you have to. The scientific worth of an individual article has nothing to do with the impact factor of a journal. It is only that the author has made a good groundwork and presented it. You understand? And has gone into a impact factor journal. So you let us not go down with our own this thing. The second ranking is EBSCO. EBSCO is nothing, it's an acronym of Elton B. Stephens Company. Okay, but this EBSCO is the world's largest global provider of subscriptions, services, reference database, and online journals. And it gives you a lot of security and privacy software products. Nobody can do a plague, as you do even in your Google search. If you do know, you some article they will say you pay and take the material. You just cannot download it. You must have seen that. Many of you must have tried that. Even if you put download, they will say you register, log in, get the membership, get the password, and do. Such a thing is done by EBSCO. And the range of many libraries, the deemed university library have taken that, because their library material they are moving with EBSCO. And you have Econet, and these are licensed content vendors. That is why they tell you to pay that and take it. You have to take a membership because they are paying something for that. Okay, their software, they made it very strong. The third ranking thing is Crossref. Crossref was launched early 2000, but now it is taking up higher this thing. What they do is makes research output easy to find and cite, link, access, and reuse. And you put your article. If you get a Crossref in your in your journal, then your material is very easy. But this is a non-profit membership organization, remember. And they what they have done is, actually this is run by Publishers International Linking Association in Pila. So so you have a very strong this thing on the Crossref. But what seldom nursing is there in the Crossref. Remember that we don't have much journals in the Crossref. So you they do a cross publisher citations also. Suppose you are publishing in one place and you are cited. If it is in the Crossref panel, then this publication citation will be moved on. That could be a social science or arts and science thing. So yours, suppose the component is there, some maybe a health related or Ayush related, yoga related, and that is a cross ref. So you get a double vision. You understand? Both places you are visible. So that is why this cross ref has got a better thing. But nursing, that much is not there, I feel. Cooperative, the why it is a non-profit organization is all the publishers join together and they have done this organization. That is why it is non-profit. Remember that. Yeah, next. So this is one kind of ranking that you have. The fourth thing is Google Scholar. Google Scholar, once you create the Gmail, you have to create your own dedicated Gmail, and then there itself, it's there in the menu bar. There are so many YouTubes. Just go there, read it. I'll show my Google Scholar also what is my ranking, everything. As you publish one article in journal, take it and upload it in the Google Scholar. You will get your own graph. Every year they do that. Google Scholar, many of you must be knowing that. And what is the advantage? This it is digital or physical copies, both you can get, whether online or in libraries. Both the Google Scholar helps. And in indexes full text journals. As you open, you get the full text of the journal. They don't first show the abstract and all. Full you can read it. So it's very easy for you to go with the conference proceedings or theses. You can upload it, and it is a cited by feature also. Many people cite it, and they have this indexing found only earlier by CiteSeer, Scopus, and Web of Science. Now Google Scholar also does its own citing. There are so many citing. I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, next please. I hope I'm not confusing the delegates. I'm trying to make it as simple as that. So now we are looking at the type of ranking, and we are in the fourth ranking, Google Scholar ranking. And it is freely accessible, and it is a peer-reviewed online academic journals and books you get. So, and also court opinions and patents you can take. All these things help you in the Google Scholar. So your ranking, your reach is better. See, instead of sitting in one corner, see, today world is shrunk. Today I'm sitting here, so many are seeing on the YouTube. So that because the technology helps, we call it as a global village. So your academic content also should have a global reach. You have done so much work for this research, so you make it more visible, more reach for the people. So that is what everyone is looking at. And what is the advantage? It increases. Of course, for deemed university, we have no other. do or die situation for your party, everything we have to in a year two publication you have to do whether you like or not, and that too in Scopus. But there are other organizations, they may not, but in the long run this will help you in your academic career growth. Next please. That yeah, Shimago Journal Rank Indicator SJR. This is one way of doing your ranking of the journals they are doing. This is also a private party player, a search engine which is doing. And here they give you a SJ score are computed using network analysis of citations. What Shimago does is, it is pronounced as Shimago. They do average number of weighted citations. How many? It's an outsider. It's not a journal. Remember, all these things journals don't do. These are organizations who will capture all the journal. They have dedicated team. They have their own mathematical calculation on citations and the analysis, and then they look at the give the numerical score for that. So Shimago Journal Rank Indicator SJR, what they do is it uses a network analysis. There's an algorithm mathematical calculation. They take all the citations of the highly prestigious journals and look at in which category or rank they stand. So citations from high prestige journals being worth more than those journals with lower prestige is removed. So SJR ranking is very important, or it's very good rather. If they have SJR, open any journal, look into the front page, they will say whether they are Scopus or they are whatever, and based on that you select the journal. So do the groundwork. That's what I'm trying to say here. The next fifth one is Scopus. Elsevier abstract citation base. This is the largest and the current one, which was launched in 2004. And you can see here they have the 36,377 titles which are active they have, and almost 11,678 publishers across the nations are in this Scopus. Why everyone is crying gaga about this Scopus is because of this. Scopus has got the highest reach, and they do everything peer reviewed, and the top subject levels are life sciences. That's why, see, health, why they are telling doctors and nurses to publish in Scopus is they have this life sciences and health sciences. They have so much citation base, and it is manned by Elsevier's company. All of you know Elsevier book publishers, so they are doing it. They have three types of sources: book series they have, journals they have, trade journals. These are the people who have divided that into. Others are like, sort of a khichdi, everything is there. But these people have divided it into book series, journals, trade journals. So journals covered in Scopus database are reviewed sufficiently, and it is high quality, one of the highest quality that you get. The Scopus also has got a patency, okay, and patency. So how do they do? They have their own numerical score calculation. They measure it, and you have H index. I will come to the H index. They also include side score. They also have the Schimago journal rank, and they have SNIP, that is source normalized impact per paper. So there are four types of numerical evaluation, the Scopus. That's why they keep telling you publish in a Scopus journal. Why they do is because you get all these four scores. Now, the author's profile, the Scopus doesn't take anything like that. It covers the affiliation to which university, which college you work, and the number of publication, the bibliographic data, references, details, number of citation, the individual author, all these are database kept in the Scopus. That is why Scopus, everyone is crying gaga about it. Alerting features that allow registered users to track changes to their profile. Suppose you are moving from one place to other, you are no more in that organization. The Scopus tracks that and changes it. Whereas you take in any other, suppose you take health journals. Even if you write today, then my old affiliation will be there. They are not updating it, but here in Scopus, it doesn't happen that way. They track you, they track the authors. That is why it is considered to be the number one type of ranking and journal. Facility to calculate authors H index. I'll move to that. Well, last part of it, I'll show you my own H index. What is H index also we will be looking at. Scopus site score and provides an alternative to the impact factor. So as I told you, impact factor is not the only one to look into your quality. this H index is there. H index is considered to be any epidemiologist, any scientist, they will be having the highest H index. Now, what is this H index? And H index is, calculated mathematically by this Scopus only. The Hirsch index. It is a name of a person. J.E. Hirsch is a person. 2005 he brought it. There is author level metric he has done. Like how many times the person, how it is calculated. You see here down, top tier paper that has been cited 15 times and a mid tier paper that has been cited 500 times. Can you imagine? Then you get one score of H. H index is if you are in a top tier. Suppose I have published in Nature journal, which is a top index journal with a top impact factor. You have seen 275 journal only is there in the top 10 plus or something impact factor. So in such a journal, if I have done 15, if I was cited 15 times, I would have presented 15 papers. That all my 15 paper, nobody is going to cite in their dissertation or thesis or whatever, right? They may not. So that means the probability chances are how much? 50-50. Suppose I have presented 30 publication in a top tier paper and my material was so good. Out of that, some 15 times someone has taken my material for their reference. In their review literature, they have cited my presentation, and that is their metric calculation. They have made it visible. In that you have to make visible. No, suppose you are writing your project and keeping in your library, my name will not come there, right? Nobody can do the metric calculation. It should be an open access, it should be there. So 15 times like that my name is cited and in that journal is cited, then you get the H index. I will show you how it is. And it's a mid-level paper, 500 times your article should be cited, then you get one H index score. And it is an obvious success indicator, such as winning the Nobel Prize. If you see their profile, they will first mention what is their H index. And being accepted for research fellowships, holding positions at top universities, all these will give you a H index. It correlates. So if you are getting a H index, Hirsch index, then you are one of the best in that particular discipline. There are two parameters we consider H index. One is the quantity, as I said, 15 times, 500 times the quantity, the number of papers that you have published. So if you have to reach that 15 times to get one H index, how many papers you would have probably published? So that is where, that's what I'm saying, no, the success of the author is made through the H index. If you say you have H index, then you are definitely a best pick in your profession. The other one is SNIP, source normalized impact per paper. And this again measures the impact of a paper within the subject field, and it is a contextual citation impact. Now, how do they calculate? All that, let it be there. There's a direct comparison. How do they calculate? See how it is derived. The formula is given down. A journal citation count per paper divided by citation potential in its subject field. So it is a very hypothetical thing, the denominator. So both put together, then you get SNIP code. Even I don't have, even I don't have that. I think nursing SNIP goes more for engineering, patency and things like that. SNIP is very difficult. H index though I have few. So SNIP is very difficult to get. Maybe as a retire youngsters may take up. I do not know. I don't have a SNIP. So these are ranking. So SNIP is again journal citation count per paper divided by citation potential in its subject. So that area is where we don't have. Not many people have the citation potential, because that's what they keep telling, no, publish it, nurses, why you are keeping quiet like that. So this is where the problem comes. Whereas engineering people, how they publish. IIT itself is taking the crown. So they have all that, but we don't have that. We are not looking at it. Not that we don't have, we are not exploring the possibility. The next thing is site score. Next type of ranking is site score. Average citation per document that a title receives over a period of 3 years. See, you will have to work for 3 years, and so that means every year you are to publish. Then only that calculation. So how do they derive this formula? Number of citations received in a year and previous 3 years for document published. It's all confusing. You don't need to buy it, but just think that it is all a mathematical calculation. Doesn't someone says I have got a citation this much, and they are very proud about citation. Every time when I get a message of citation, I feel as if I got some crown on my head, because it is a big business out here. Remember that. So citation received in a year and previous 3 years of the document what you publish in the journal for the past 4 years divided by total number of published document chapter in the journal during the same 4 year period. Then they get the journal get a citation. The same calculation applies to us also. It takes, so citation doesn't come to you just like that. Remember, if someone says my article is cited, you should really congratulate them, because citation is a mathematical formula. Next, please. I hope the delegates are following it up. It's little too much, but I have no other option. I have to show this. So Clariviate is Analytics is a company formed in 2016, and it was acquisition done by Thomson Reuters Intellectual Property and Science Business by Onyx Corporation. Now they have taken it. Earlier it was Thomson Reuters. All of you must have heard. Many of you must have heard. So these people are also highly cited researchers list they have. If you are in a Clariviate Analytics, you are good. But I didn't find much of nursing or something. But yeah, you can try. I mean, you can give a try. We are all, I mean, at least I should not add Padma. I am little old. So other youngsters can definitely try for this analytics. Clariviate publishes the annual journal citation report. They also give the JCR. I told you, remember impact factor. I told you JCR is generated. Go to the Scopus or somewhere and Google search gives you. You just pop in there, you will get everything. Don't worry. It's not a big rocket science. Only thing you'll have to explore and find out. That's all. Identifies the world's most impactful academic journals, and they included in the Science Citation Index, expanded in Social Citation Index, Web of Science score collection, and then they do the calculation and publish this. So if you are having a Clariviate Analytics some score, then your journal, you have published something, then definitely you are an author to be looked into. Yeah, next please. So these are rankings. The next is open access. I told you the Google scholarly journals have an open access. Now, what is the difference between? Let us understand what is non-access, non-open access, and open access. I'm sure all of your principals are dying hard to buy some journals, subscribe journals as per the norms of the statutories. What happens here is you have to cover the cost of it, right? It is a hard copy, hard material. I'm sure you ask Padmavati madam, she must be spending some nothing less than 1 lakh to subscribe those journals in a year per annum. That is a non-open access journal. Now what happens? You buy, you put in the library. Now in this pandemic nobody is going to touch, so she has to monitor the pest control. So that is what is happening with all the journals. So non-open access journals. So who is paying it? The journal is published. So the publisher will take enough money from colleges like GRT, blah, 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 dash, 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 all the colleges. He is running it. And pay per view charges are there. You have to pay and then look in library. You lost the book, then you pay some fine, things like that. Whereas open access, once you do it, access journals are characterized by funding model somewhere. Who funds it? Authors little bit money they take. They have their own funds and they put it on the open access. You can search my article also, women's mental health. I have written, just put it open access journal, it comes to you. Now the content is available to all the readers. So many people have cited that many people are reading it. Why? Because it doesn't cost you, it's free. So the open access, yeah, move to the next year. Yeah, we'll go move to the next. Are we moving? Okay. Provide gold open access and immediate open access to all of their articles. Once the author and the editor is okay with it, it gives you a golden key to open that. And you name the material, you get it. And there are funders and they do it. So one time payment for the author. Remember, if an article is written and your journal, say suppose GRT has got a journal and madam keeps it in a library, how many people will see that article? I write an article to that. How many people will come to the, that too in this pandemic and lockdown, how many people will see my article? Whereas I put it on an open access journal, how many people across the globe will see my article? So that is where the open access journal gets a uplift, right? So that your article is moving across the nations. Within no minute, you are reaching the top. Authors provide access to preprints. I have given preprints, postprints with publisher permission, institutional or disciplinary archive in our library can come. All these things are there. So it is a golden open access publishing. So access via journal or publisher's website. Both the ways you can go into. So that is the best advantage of this open access. The next thing is DOI. The ranking is given based on digital object identifier. It is kind of an ISBN, and for the internet documents, which guarantees that you find the text also if the internet address is changed. For example, I have written, we will be going through that. I'll just show that in the end of the presentation. I don't want to show the now because that will break. Suppose technically it goes off, then it's difficult. So I'll finish off the PPT and then show you all those things. It's all there on my tab. I can share hopefully. So once the DOI you get, that is why see all the Scopus journals have a DOI. Now what is a DOI? It is a there is a numerical number given to the particular article based on that particular journal. Each journal will have the number and the top. Once you search that and put like your link, Zoom link or the ID password what you have got for Zoom, you put it, it will directly take you to that article. You can refer and come back. You don't need to search and waste your time. Now, who brings this DOI? Most of the Scopus, Web of Science, UGC Care listed journals do have. That is why they keep telling you put it in these journals. Why are you looking at small magazines and journals? Publish in these journals. These people have their own dedicated DOI. Once you publish it, it is there on the website. Anyone can access it. Anyone can read it. Not only now, even if you change your affiliation, no more you are in GRT, you are going to some other place, then also your article can be looked into. Someone can read it. The affiliation, it automatically looks into a change. So the DOI will help the reader easily to locate a document from the citation. And this is a string of numbers, letters, and symbols, and permanently identify an article or a document and link it to that web. Immediately you can move into, right? So next, yeah. So DOI, so the ranking is done on this DOI also. Obviously, the best of the journals only do this. Other journals don't have. Suppose all of you must be seeing the health journal. They don't have this DOI. Whatever material you are doing, even if you write, I have a cover story in health and all, 2-3 times I have written, but and best things I have written, but nobody knows that my article is there. Nobody appreciates it. Nobody cites it. It has got optional immunization I wrote, but nobody knows it. Then the open access or Scopus or Web of Science or Google Scholarly journals all do a peer review. They have their own peer review panel. Now what are the types of peer review? I'm sure the research methodology gives you some peer reviews. Here open peer review, they identify the author and the reviewer. All the participant knows, and during or after the review process, it is there on the open access journal or on the journal. You will definitely know who reviewed this paper, who wrote the paper, and it is accountability, civility. It improves the overall quality of the review. So it's very easy. Second kind of peer review is single blind. Author does not know the identity of the reviewer. You don't know. Only thing you will get from the publisher that there is a correction in your material. So remember, if I'm sending a Scopus article, once I write, it doesn't just get accepted like that. Remember, even if the plagiarism report is 10% less, that is there. It always happens. But the author will get lot of corrections, 5 times, 6 times. This is where we lose our hope and motivation. But we have no other option. As I told you, it's a rat race. You got to run it, right? So single blind is author doesn't know. You will just get a mail from a dummy email ID and they'll say you do the correction, or the editor of the journal will tell you do the correction and you will be doing it and sending it back. And whether they accept or not, that again is left to the editorial decision. Double blind is, as author also doesn't know, reviewer also doesn't know. Author will send all the correction to the journal editor and the journal editor will mail you. The author will get only no name, like your paper evaluation, your exam paper evaluation, like that. Transparent peer review, as the name goes, very very transparent. Reviewer can choose if they want to share their identity or not. So that is why it is called as transparent. It is a democratic approach, a choice based approach. Collaborative peer review is, many of the Scopus journals have a collaborative, not one person reviews your article. Remember that 4 or 5 people in the discipline will be doing it, and then you give the comment. You don't know, as a reviewer, I have reviewed two materials. I don't know whether that article comes or not. That editorial will do that. They will compile the report. They will send it like your thesis evaluation. It goes to 3 people, and the candidate or the scholar will know what are the corrections to be done. That's all. You don't know what is happening there, right? The other one is, you can revise the collaborative peer review under the supervision of one or more reviewers. You can do the revising of the manuscript also. It usually it comes like that, it doesn't just go in one shot. Remember that. Post publication peer review is solicited or unsolicited by the journal of a published paper, and does not exclude other forms of peer review. It will not exclude. It can be a double blind or a single blind or a transparent, but they can do after publication. If the demand is there by the, if there is something, then you will have to change it. Then they'll come back to you post publication, as the name goes. Transferable peer review is, it is a manuscript transfer program some journals have. Remember, they tell you never do a parallel publication. Suppose I am doing something on women's mental health. I've given to one journal Scopus. I cannot do the same article to another journal. It is wrong. It is illegal. But I this particular manuscript, only one manuscript I have submitted to this Scopus journal, and they are not doing it for some reason. They are telling this is not the article, this is not the journal, this is a biology journal. We cannot publish a nursing journal. Editors have told not to publish it. Then what you can do is, but they must have done a peer review or not. Then you take that and transfer the manuscript to your nursing journal. So here the manuscript peer reviewed, the review reports, everything will be transferred. There are some journals do have this transferable peer review, where the other journal will accept. The nursing journal may or may not accept, but you can transfer it. So ultimately, who is an author? I write an article, I'm an author. You write an article, are you an author? It's not like that. It is a mnemonic. Please understand. Author is a person who authenticated information only he or she provides. He utilizes the resources. Utilization of resources. That's what I'm telling. Go back, explore the journal, and then do. And has got some amount of thorough knowledge on the. See, all of us, they tell in Tamil, no, katradhu kaiman alavu kalladhu ula, right? We may be knowing very small things, but there are so many things outside. But at least that small speck of what I am writing, am I having enough knowledge, is what here the author should have. Height of commitment. I should not be copying. I should not. We have this problem, right? We cut and copy from others. Even the PowerPoints. I have seen many people take the conference PowerPoint, remove my name and the slide sorter because it's easily accessible. They do that. But here, the author should not do that. You should have a highest commitment, organized content you should have, and relevant and high information for the discipline that you are doing. So this is an author. So what are the other things the author should know? We have seen the journal types. We have seen the ranking types. So as an author, what should I do? And we will be definitely looking into all those aspects. But as an author, what are the things I should have? Minimum recognized requirement is substantial contribution to the research you should be having. You should be accountable for the work undertaken. And typically, journals ask for authors and co-authors. Give the credit to the co-authors. Usually what we find is the student will do the research, the teacher will put it as PI, which is a Very, very wrong notion. And once you do that, if there is a dispute, it is illegal. The person can be sued also. If you are in an international forum, you will be taken. Even if it is a student's MSc dissertation and I am guiding, we are putting as the co-author only. The principal investigator is the student only. So whoever does it, give the credit to them. We have something, the previous slide got a ORCID. ORCID, can you move to the authorship? Every authorship will have something called as, we will go back, and as we go, we will know what is an ORCID. So many journals will typically ask your ORCID. Why ORCID? ORCID is like your RN number, RM number. You cannot manipulate with other, right? I cannot take Dr. Padma's RN number and put for myself, neither can she do it. So like that, ORCID is a number where it is given and you are responsible and accountable. So once you get an ORCID, and this ORCID is bought by the institution or the affiliation university or wherever you're working, and once you get that, then you have to be very careful. And many journals ask you what is your ORC, what's your manual ID and things like that. Authorship gives recognition and credit for the work done. And of course, accountability, moral and legal right. That's the copyright. You should have the copyright. Nobody can take yours, nor can you take, vice versa. Plays an important role in shaping your academic career. Why you doing authorship is because of all these things, right? Move on to the next, please. ORCID. As I told you, what is this ORCID? Understand that open researcher contributor ID. You can create it, but it is costly. If your institution is buying that, then you can create it. Okay. So if you have an ORCID number, it is very easy for you because it is a digital identifier. And as you write that ORCID number, all your articles will come in that. This is also a profit organization, a search engine that is doing it. Now, all of you must have heard of another one number, that is ISSN number. Every journal has got ISSN number. Now, what is this ISSN? What does it mean? It is an international standard serial number with 8-digit code, which identifies the journal, magazine, or book. I've given an example down the slide. International Journal of Pharmaceuticals. So ISSN number is 0975. Now, who creates this 09758232? There is a mathematical algorithm for that. The ISSN is an organization. They do it. Now, why am I telling this here? I have seen some of the CVs when it comes to me, they write one journal name, they give one ISSN number on their own. Maybe they must have thought not even 8 digits. Sometimes I have seen 6 digits also. At least minimum knowledge we should have. That shows that you are faking something, right? Then what doubt I will have in my mind, is this girl really a confidential person? Can I recruit her? Because ISSN number itself is wrong for the journal. So remember, it's a 8-digit number. For that, you don't write 1 to 8 digit and submit something. Every journal is given, every book is given ISSN number. There is a calculation. You have to apply for that and take that. The author and the journal must have done it. So you don't fake it. That's all we are telling. So coming to the ORCID, a non-proprietary alphanumeric code to uniquely identify scientific and other academic authors and contributors. So ORCID identifiers are very good and benefits the global research community. There are 2 memberships. As I told you, it's expensive. You just cannot take it like that. Basic and premium directly through the consortium. If you are in a maybe the trainers association, I do not know, but like that some associations might be getting, or your organization can get it, your university or the college where you're working, they can get it for you because it's a bomb. You have to pay a lot of money for ORCID, right? So that is the thing. But ORCID is good. Now, as you write the article, you submit it. Then someone gets married, her name is changed. Or today, I'm sure all of you are familiar, they change the sex also, right? Internationally, it is quite common. Alignment with the gender identity. They must have been a male and now they would have had a surgery. They must have changed as a female. But your article is in the Scopus. You have already paid a bomb for that and published, and many are citing that. But today your identity is different. So then what do you do? Can I change my name after publication after all that has come on the open access, everything. Yes, you can do the change, and but with the proper request to the editorial. I mean, you should have a real reason, not that today I have one name, tomorrow I like Nayantara and keep Nayantara name and say I want to change Nayantara. I should have a valid reason for why I'm doing that, right? So you will have to show the editorial. And many journals accept that because of the global, as I told you, the demographic changes that is happening, religious conversion. Someone must have been a Hindu turned to a Muslim, Muslim turned to a Christian, whatever, whatever. So that you can do. Next, please. Next slide, Angel. What will happen if one author is deceased? I put this component because with the pandemic today, we do not tomorrow we are alive or not, and the third wave is expected any time. So, if someone after submitting, we say suppose we are three authors writing a manuscript, and today, with the given pandemic, after the third wave, we do not know whether we will see the sunlight or not. That only God, Uparwala, knows what will happen to our lives. So much dicey the situation in this pandemic. So I put this question. Suppose we are three of us are trying to submit. Already we have submitted an article, and out of that, God forbidden, nobody should die. We will be alive. Don't worry. So someone dies in between, but there is a publication still to go on or already published or something like that. Then you write to the editor and say that so and so author has died. Maybe the person is the principal investigator. So what they do is, if it is already published, they add this dagger symbol. You can see the green one, the dagger symbol like a cross or the knife, it is there. So that symbol they will, you go and refer the international journals, you will see that. That dagger symbol will be there for the author, and the corresponding author then will become the author or the PI if it is not published. That again the editorial decision, and you cannot just push it to yourself because someone died. இந்த தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, அண்ணன் எப்ப போறான் திண்ணை எப்ப காலியாகும், அந்த கதையெல்லாம் இதுல நடக்காது. Because it's an intellectual property, right? You cannot just grab from someone's right and take it off. So you need a copyright transfer agreement or a license to do that. And if suppose the person has got inheritors, you have to get the inheritors accepted, the copyright from the inheritors. So it is not just like taking someone's name just because the person died, you kick that and add that. Doesn't happen that way. It recently in one of the Tamil movies, the song, there was a huge big cry. I think it's Karnan movie or something. The song, the person who wrote the folk music, he died, and they said, I don't know what has happened to the case. I don't know. The disputes can happen. So don't push someone's name because it's an intellectual property. More than your gold, more than your land, intellectual property has got more value. Remember that knowledge is power. So it has to be inherited. The inheritors can have the thing, so obtain the permission from the inheritors and ask whether it can be moved on to your name, and then take the proper license transfer agreement and then do that. Now, what is the authorship dispute? As I told you just now, the movies they usually tell, right? Someone stole my story. That's my story. This director, so taken it. That producer has taken it. These disputes happen because it's an intellectual property, right? So you have to. The journals will not do that. They don't resolve the dispute. They'll just hold the publication, but it will be taken to the institution from where you have written. So, which college you're working. So it is a headache for the. So better you get. That's what I'm telling. No, better you get a proper permission and do that, right? Can editors and journal staff be authors? If you are, many of us are a panel of editors, right? Can I do editing? I mean, do editorship, and because see now I'm in Manipal Journal and things like that. If I'm an editor, can a panel of editor, can I write an article? Yes, I can write. There's no problem. But the journal editorial will have certain policy. They will not include me for that subscription material for that month. I will not be reviewing the or doing any editorial for that month or things like that, or they will remove only my article that will be peer reviewed by someone else. So editor can always publish or the staff can, but you will have to have the disclaimer and write it. Some journals do permit you to do that, and they remove that. Okay. Citations. Now, all of we were crying hue and cry for citation. Now, citation is my article is looked upon by so many people. As I told you, 15 times, 500 times in the top journal. I've written something on malnourishment, and that many people have, quoted in their reviews. Then citation references are there, but it is a shared responsibility. You cannot it involves authors, editors, peer reviewers, the journal. There is some gimmicks also you can do as an author. No, I can do my own self citation. I can take in the same article and put. Suppose, see, usually I've done on women's mental health and yoga and all. I can grab all these points and put in my journal and show it as a citation in the open access. But that don't do that. It is a wrong thing. Citation someone else to do. Citation stacking, some will say you can see 100 citation, I have 200 citation. Then you should, something should ring the bell on us in our mind that it's a, it's not like stacking the citation, it has to come automatically. Wait for that, if it comes, let it come. Okay, so self citation should not be there much. And citation cartels you add, as I told, 200, 300, I have citation. If you go and see those things, all these citation will be their own. And they tell the students, you cite my article, whether it is needed or not for that thesis and the book. The student is, because she has got knowledge, she's a captive victim in our hands, right, as teachers. So the student will had no other option. She will quote you the article of so and so dash Dr. Dash 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 has written in this thing, in this journal. She'll give the reference, and that becomes a citation for you. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That is citation manipulation. Let us not do that. Let it come as it go. We let us not force that. It is wrong. Then conflict of interest. Something authors we should understand is professional judgment concerning a primary interest such as patient welfare or validity of may be influenced by a secondary interest. Why did you do this study? Many times, what our students say, why did you go to school and do the data collection? That is near my house. I went. Is it because of that you do a research? So there's a conflict of interest. The topic is not needed in the school, but you went because it is near your house, right? Why did you publish 10 articles? Because conflict of interest. I got some financial gain. The publisher is my own relative. He wanted many, that month's subscription to be finished. So I given. This is again a conflict of interest. Conflict of interest is for your PAR API, for your increment you are doing. That is again, it's a should be a strict policy that people should prevent conflict of interest. And we all have a, we have to write our conflict of interest. We have to submit it, and it's very stringent, right? Copyright and intellectual property. Already I told you, authors wishing to make their own article open access must sign an open access agreement. Every editor will send you that form. You have to write it and send it, because open access is dangerous. You, unless you are careful, because once it's open access, what happens? Everyone will see, and you have made some unwanted comment, something, something, maybe political. Like in the WhatsApp last year, it happened. No, so many WhatsApp messages. So the open access is very dangerous. It's like walking on a rope, on a knife, right? Anytime it can hurt you. So be very careful on that. And so open access agreement you should have. There is something called as copyright transfer agreement. Just now I told you, to reuse the material, to inherit the material, the person is no more or died, then copy transfer agreement. Before the person is there, is like writing a will and telling them, yeah, you can use it or republish it. They transfer the copyright to the society or the publisher. They do. Many people do. Singers have done. The famous novelist Sujata has done. The Tamil novelist earlier. Their family inheritors have given all his stories to some publisher to publish it. So copyright transfer can be given. Exclusive license agreement. It's an agreement. Journal owner, but the authors retain the copyright in their. It means that only that journal owner can reproduce this article. Like just now I said, no, the famous novelist Sujata has material. Means that what they have done is he died. The particular journal, I think, Unwritten or something, they have given it, and only they can reproduce his stories. Nobody else can. So they must have paid a huge money and taking an exclusive license. But be familiar with corrections, expressions of concern, retractions, and withdrawal. As you do the publication, don't be very happy. Yeah, I've done, I've hit it. There could be a lot of corrections when it comes to the open access and public view. Many people can do a lot of corrections. Then if in such a case, organizations say, no, this is wrong, what she has written is wrong, then what expressions of concern, she has written a very derogatory remark about women, cross gender or something like that, then there's an expression of concern from the public. So what the editors do, they tell you two things: either you retract the whole, retract means what, fully you remove the publication, which is a negative to you as an author, right? Or withdrawal for some time and then take it on the open access platform. Two things can happen if we don't do it properly. We have to be very, very careful. The plagiarism is a very common word. I am sure all of you must be knowing Turnitin, Urkund. There are so many checkers of plagiarism, and those of you who are doing MSc will be definitely doing it. Now, this plagiarism is what actually it is using or closely, imitating someone's thoughts, languages, someone's work. You say you copy that and say a copycat. In LKG, we say no, she's a copycat. Yesterday I dressed this hairstyle. Today she also did that. So that copycat we should not do, because this is an highly scientific material. Steal and pass off. You take the whole thing and then say, "Oh, I've done this." You ask them, they may not know anything of that. So it happens. Another's production without crediting the source. You can take that and then tell, credit, footnote you write. You say, "Oh, this is Dr. Padmavati's material. I've copied from that." Credit, due credit to them. You cannot just steal and say, "Okay, I've done it." You know, uh, that's my material. This copycat business, it's a high time we do. It's not only, it's a literary theft. In my brain, I have written with hard work, I have done. And what you are doing within no minute, it's in the open access, you take it and publish it and say that's my article, which is very, very wrong. And to yeah, next please. So this exists already generated idea also, if you steal, it is wrong. Many times it happens. I'm sure Dr. Padma and all must be knowing. The MSc student, we tell them to keep the top very tightly, very, very, closed doors. We say don't tell. Why? The minute you give some idea, the other student, she will copy the idea and make her own problem statement, present it in RAC and get it through. So that is very, very wrong. So we have plagiarism online tool, writers, bloggers, webmasters. They check, and up till 10,000 words you can check, and the ratio is given to you up till. See, many of the Scopus journal, less than 10% flag only they will accept. Once you put the plagiarism, you should submit the plagiarism report. Then only it is given. Same thing for us also in our university. Unless you have, even you publish any amount of material, unless it is 10% less, that one publication, suppose I have published 50 and out of that 50 all the 49 has got 30% plagiarism, 40% plagiarism. Many journals accept up till 20% plagiarism, but the university policy is what, less than 10%. So I have to match that and then take for my publication. That's very important as you do that, right? And then plagiarism checker softwares are there. All of you know that thesis, I mean your dissertation thesis, all that you are doing, check it and generate the print of it, and so that you have whether duplicate and the content ratio, it will come unique content ratio, it gives you in percentage and you publish it. If it is your policy of the university, you publish it. And it is not only unprofessional to copy someone else's material. Today, remember, it is illegal. One cannot copy someone else's material. The person can, the author dispute. I told you, authorship dispute, where it happens, then there will be a big dispute between you and the person who originally did. And finally, it complicates the journal, it complicates you, it complicates your workplace. You have to totally withdraw. If it is 100% plagiarism, you will have to totally retract the material. We call it as retraction. All of you know in OBG you do that retraction. Take it back. So that is what is happening with plagiarism. There are two types of plagiarism: shotgunning and salome slicing. Salome slicing is my own work, I do it. Shotgunning is I copy from someone and put it across and say that's my material. So there are plagiarisms are there. So plagiarism checkers are there. Many universities go with 10%, less than 10% plagiarism. Journals some go up till 18%, 20 also I have seen, but don't go for 20. Don't waste your money on that. Less than 10% plagiarism, that means the journal is also not of a quality. Remember that. When they are accepting you for 20%, that means he may or may not be on the Scopus anytime. Anytime he will be dropped out of the Scopus. So what you have done, you have given the money, you have given the you have wasted your time, waited for 1 year for your publication. Daily you open, daily you ask journal. You are losing increment if you are working in a university, waiting for that for your APA. All these things are there for you. Yeah, move next. So take caution about it. Next, please, dear Angel. Yeah, next, please. So coming to the Q&A session, this is my mail ID. You have, I think I have some more time to go. Let me see whether I can show you the H index and the DOI. Look, let me screen share. Yeah, you'll have to close it. Yeah, thank you, Angel. You've done it. I'll just try and get you the tab. I'm trying that. Yeah, can you see my this thing profile, Angel? No, Angel.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I can't see, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll try and share this image.
Unmute பண்ணிட்டேன்.
I don't know. I just wanted to show you the index, right? I don't know how to do that. I'll just try and fix it up. However, if there are any queries, anything you can ask me, or where you want any input, yeah, you can do that. I am here.
Dear participants, please kindly raise your hands if you want to ask some question, or you type your question in the chat box.
On the tab, H index tab.
Okay. Angel,
Ma'am?
ma'am is showing something on the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Can you see the citation per year in my Google Scholar, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that is the citation that I have per annum. So I will show you the this thing also, my H index. Can you see here citations?
Yes, ma'am.
H index, can you see?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
H index
So
3 since.
yeah, H index. So this is how once you get the affiliation of your institution, research, education, management. So what you have to cited, how many times yours is cited, and what is the graph that you have. I told you no H index.
Yes.
Now H index you see. Uh, H index I have. I told you no. It's very difficult to get 3 H index. Search index is a mathematical calculation. I'm not doing anything. It comes by default. So 3 H index I have. And see my publication 19 and 20, I have done the maximum Scopus publication and things like that. In between, I was little low, 18, 17, 16. I actually picked up after 14 and 15 only. See, because I didn't know that. I was writing in other journals. It's not that I did not write in these years. You understand? I was writing in these years, but I didn't know that, yeah, this is very important. Now, after 11 and 12 only, I realized, yeah, there's something wrong with my publications. So that's what I'm saying. No, nobody taught me. Nobody. I'm a wild learner. On my own, I have done that. So I don't want you delegates to suffer like that. Really, I'm telling you. You got to really pick up on that and do it. When I can do it, you all can, you know, skyrocket yourself. I'm sure, 100%. We are sort of old and, you know. So this is how this H index and all. I never understood what I used to wonder why this H index is here and why I'm not. So my all articles, my everything comes over here. So this is what the Google Scholar actually looks like. So once you get, it's very difficult. H index. I don't know how I got the H index. Really, I'm telling you honestly. For few of my articles, yeah, I did get the H index. So someone has really done a mathematical. But for that, I should go on the Google platform. Otherwise, I'll never get it. So that's one thing. The other thing that I'm looking at is, yeah, any questions you all can ask, dear. I'm just here. I'll try and connect you with the DOI, digital object identifier, how it is. The audience can ask some questions, whatever. I don't know. I think you will look into the chat box and let me know, dear.
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't get you,
Angel,
ma'am.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
will she look into the? Will you look into the thing and let me know, like any
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
questions, anything
yes,
what
we are
I
looking,
have
ma'am.
Yes,
asked
ma'am.
you?
Yes, ma'am. We are
Uh,
waiting, ma'am.
yeah.
My
Yeah, you
question,
can.
I'm actually first person to ask question. Can I
Yeah,
ask?
yeah, sure.
Yes, ma'am.
If
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
yeah, definitely. If I
So,
know, I will answer. Otherwise, I'll say I'll refer to
what
the
is
chat.
this? Ma'am, suppose if you are publishing the papers in the
Yeah.
social media or news, will it be counted as a publication, ma'am?
Okay.
Is it
No,
counted as?
no. That's what
It
I'm
won't be.
saying. Yeah?
Oh,
No, that's what I made a mistake. See, 2005, 6 and all, my data is zero. But
okay,
actually, I have done so much of publication during that time.
okay, ma'am.
But then, what had happened is, I didn't know that I should be doing on the Scopus. Nobody taught me. At that
Oh,
time, that PAR API, all those stuff was not there, right?
okay, ma'am.
So
Now
that's where
we
the
have.
problem.
Yes, ma'am. Now we have published some articles in some other journals which is not Scopus indexed or something, ma'am. Now the same articles can we go for publication in Scopus index again? Now maybe after 5 years or something.
That is what I told you. No transfer agreement, manuscript transfer program is there, license is
Oh,
there. But that the two people have to agree. Who will have to agree? The person whom to you have submitted
okay, ma'am.
already, right? That person has to agree. One, and the person who is accepting, Scopus should accept it.
Okay, ma'am.
Whether you can redo the publication, that is a policy making of the particular journal, is right. I or you cannot do that. They have their own policies. Journals are, because they know that their credibility goes down, no, when they do such things.
So
So
what the online?
that is
Yes, ma'am.
always,
Online journal, what we are publishing, will it be comes under the open access, ma'am?
yeah,
All the online journals.
yeah, yeah. You'll have to check whether it is a open access
Oh,
journal.
okay, ma'am.
You'll have to
Okay,
look
we have to
into it.
identify
You check.
how
That's what I
far.
said. No, you have to do a
Yes,
groundwork. Yeah,
how, how
you
far
have
our
to.
articles have been cited, how to identify. It is them who have to identify, no, it is the publishers who have to identify.
Cite, that's what, you cannot do the citation. I told you, no, citation is not self
Okay,
citation. People do. Even I don't know how to do that. I'm sorry, I don't do such things. If it comes, let it come. I keep it open. I'm not hell bent on who does
okay,
the citation, right? But there are people who do that on their
oh,
own for some reason. But you should first open this Gmail, you open Google Scholar, you open, get your ORCID for your institution. All these things, unless you do, no, it's very
So
difficult.
RSIT we can get it for institution, but all the faculty members can use that, ma'am, or only one person is.
Yeah. No, ORCID you will get separate IDs, na?
Okay.
You will get like your RN number,
Okay,
na?
ma'am.
The
Okay, ma'am.
council
Okay.
gives you. Like that you will get, but you will have to pay a bomb for
Oh,
it, huh?
uh,
It doesn't just happen like that. That's the problem with all these
okay,
things,
ma'am.
right? I mean, even
Okay, ma'am.
Scopus, nothing less than 15,000 they are
Oh.
asking. Can you imagine? They are asking 15,000. I have to really what I do lot of bargaining with the publishers. Bargaining to the core, I do.
Then one more.
Because students also they find it very difficult no ma from where they will give the money, right?
Okay.
What happens? Mm.
Then one more is whether it should be a concept paper, or is it only need to be a scientific paper, or we can have a publication for concept paper also, ma'am? Scopus and all.
Scopus,
Scopus.
yeah, Scopus takes majority or maximum, they take the ये क्या
Original.
this thing
Scientific
only,
paper.
scientific only means research.
Okay, ma'am.
Review article they take with professor emeritus like that. So nursing is very difficult, right? We find it very difficult. So that is the problem. We don't have that, right? So review article and all, nobody who wants it, ma, today. Review article. You can't. I mean,
But
you.
we are not around the UGC, ma'am. Can we go for UGC care journals, ma'am? Is
Yeah.
it
Anyone
possible?
can go. Anyone can go.
Anyone can go.
Yeah.
Okay,
They are
okay.
not telling you should not. You understand? Anyone can go to that. Uh, money, but
Is there any, ma'am, the UG students can, if they're willing, if we can publish, no, ma'am, is there any restrictions? Is such kind of qualification only is needed for publication like that?
no. See, UG student, definitely she is not going to do on her own, right?
Yes, ma'am.
She's not going
So,
to do on her own. You will
yes,
be
ma'am.
there, back
Yes, ma'am.
end,
Yes.
right? Some guide will be there.
Mm-hmm.
But do the credit we have done. You go to the Scopus, we have lot of articles we have done like that. So PI will be the student. You will be the co-author or the corresponding author among the students usually don't go like that, right? One person don't do that. Two, three
Okay.
people together only, a group project, whatever you call it, right? So that's how it goes. You can do. UGC care listed journals are a little, what you say, a little easier
Okay,
to
ma'am.
do.
The Google
Mm.
Scholar, we ourselves can do, no, ma'am. It is online. It is completely
Yes,
online, ma'am,
you
or it is.
create online Gmail. You create
Okay,
online
ma'am.
Gmail, copy everything. There is upload. There is everything in that. I mean, it's very user friendly rather. I mean, it
Okay, ma'am.
takes
Google
time,
Scholar.
but still it is user friendly. You can do that. You can do that. Mm.
Okay, some of the this thing, ma'am, actually. Feedbacks, ma'am, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a minute, ma'am. Very useful information. Can we get PPT of this session? People are asking, ma'am. Many of them have asked for the PPT, ma'am. Very good and insightful session. Very good and insightful session. Because the presentation will be available in the YouTube also. I think you can go through the YouTube, GRT College of Nursing YouTube. If you go, it will be available. Those who ask for a PPT, kindly go through the YouTube channel. And very good and insightful session. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly have your opinion. Do the nurses use literature review? Do the nurses use? Yes.
I don't get what they actually want.
Are they use the literature
What
review?
you mean by the review literature?
Yes, Uma Devi. I think if you want, you can raise your hand. If possible, Angel, try to unmute her. Huh?
Yes,
There is
ma'am.
a request for you. Kindly, you can ask question. What exactly you wanted? presentation was informative, and then whether the nurses use literature review, validity, pilot study properly, especially among UG and PG side. Yes, actually we are
No,
using.
Padma, sorry, I didn't get that question. What she wants, she wants.
Oh, exactly, that's what. Try. Uma Devi T has raised her hands, da? Uma Devi T has raised her hands, sir. Kindly unmute her. Uma Devi, kindly accept your accept. We have given the request for unmute. You kindly
Hello.
accept.
Good
Yes.
afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes,
Yeah,
Uma
yeah,
Devi.
you are very much
Ma'am,
clear.
thank you for the session. It is a wonderful session, ma'am. We got insightful
you.
information regarding publication, ma'am. My question
Yeah.
or doubt is not regarding publication. Just I want your opinion that are we using this validity or the pilot study for our research, ma'am, especially in nursing studies?
We have
Uh,
to know. What is the question? I don't
no,
get.
no, no. When we are asking our students in terms of academic section, I'm asking this question.
Right.
Are we from all the sides, are we using this content validity or the criterion validity for the question, ma'am? Questioners.
We have to. If they are not doing, then they are, faltering their work. Right.
Okay, ma'am.
We
Yeah,
have
yes.
to do the content validity criteria. That's what I'm telling. If you don't do that, you
Yes,
still
ma'am.
do
Yes,
some
ma'am.
publication. Who will accept yours? Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
I'm sharing a screen here. Can you see that?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Can
ma'am.
you see that, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Indian Journal of Forensic
Uh,
Medicine.
yes, Indian Journal of Forensic Medicine.
Hmm.
See, this is the DOI. I told you, not digital object identifier. Okay. Can you see this article? My name is there. Can you see that? I told you DOI is very important. Did I? Audience Angel, someone?
Yes, ma'am.
Angel, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
can you hear me?
See, I told you. Yeah, I can hear you. Am
Yes,
I
ma'am.
audible?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Am I visible? My
Yes,
screen is
ma'am.
visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The delegates, please understand, I told you DOI, Digital Object Identifier. Did I tell you that?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
If you are going to Web of Science, UGC Care, Google Scholar Journal, or Scopus, this is a Scopus journal. IJFMT is a Scopus journal, right? Now you see here, can you see the cursor where I have kept?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, DOI. I told you DOI. Every journal has got DOI. I mean, the article. See, my name, can you see here? My cursor
Yes,
is
ma'am.
on the name. Can you see?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is one of the student, Chaitrali Vasya. I'm the corresponding author. Manisha Mistry is one of our faculty. All four of us have done smartphone usage and its addiction among undergraduate nursing students. So we have done a study on that. Now this IJFMT is when it was published, see, 29/10/2020. Okay, can you see the screen moving there, all
Yes,
of you?
ma'am. Yes,
Angel,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
confirm,
ma'am.
na, please.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So
We are
I
following.
told you digital object identifier, DOI ranking based. My cursor is here.
Yes, ma'am.
http/DOI.org dash 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 blah blah blah. This is a unique number given to this particular article, right? Now what I will do? Have you seen the journal? Have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? All of
Indian
you?
National. Yes, ma'am.
Now about the journal, I'll just go. Now I want to see about the journal. Okay. About the journal, see, it is given IJFMT, make submission is there, all those blah 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 manuscript info. This is what I said. You have to go and read all these stuff. Without reading that, please don't do that. Plagiarism policy, licensing policy. Just now, Padma madam was asking, no, copyright
Yes,
policy,
ma'am.
all these read. Whatever queries this journal gives you. Okay, and
Okay.
this is the front page of this particular journal. And our university has got, see, this is an open journal system. Can you understand this? It is
Yes,
an
ma'am.
open
Yes,
access
ma'am.
journal.
Opens.
Okay. So the journal is open access. See, fifth point it is written. So that means this article is going on a open access. So I have to be doubly careful on what I am writing, how I am writing. I'll go to the home. You will know this Indian Journal of Forensic Medicine, how it works. Okay, you have seen my article. Now I'll tell you how to capture my article later on. I think already I'm in the home of what? About journal, editorial team. Yeah, privacy statement you can do, contact you can do. See, this is editor in chief. Who is the editor in chief? This is, it is referenced by whom. All those things you will get here. And the information for readers, for librarians, for authors, everything is given here. See, it is given, everything is given here. Just for your overview of how to select. Now, whether this is Scopus or not, that you have to again go into the submission. See how you will submit. You have to submission preparation checklist. See, they are telling what all you need to do, how you have to go, where it is available, article, privacy statement, everything you have to do. Now here again, so this is how exactly a journal this thing looks like. So in this journal we have published our article, right? See, my article is here. So Sharda Ramesh, some smartphone usage article in it. So you will get, suppose you want to search the smartphone addiction something, then what you can do is take my DOI number and put it on the link here. See, I have put it here. You can open that very easily, the article. Okay, so let me close this now. I will go to my Excel sheet. I will share it. What I do usually, this is my H index and stuff, right? Citations, Google Scholar, and things like that. So this is my. Am I sharing this now? Excel sheet. Can you see, Angel?
No, no, ma'am.
No. Okay,
No.
I'll do that. Wait, 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
I think I'm not. Yeah, this. I'll do that. New share. I will go. Yeah. Yeah, this is the, yeah, screen share. This is all my
Yes, ma'am.
my publication details, right? This I made it as an Excel sheet. Now you see here, DOI is here. Okay, I have
Mm.
made the DOI. See, this DOI, when I pick, it comes here. Can you see IJFMT?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Angel, can you see that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. IJFMT.v.
Now, what I have, see this one, see the next one. See, DY something, IJFMT again is there. What I do, I copy this. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see that? What I do?
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
what I do, I go to the Google Chrome. I've copied it. I'm creating one tab and copying it here and searching. So all that you need to do is go ahead and search like that. So you will get the article. It takes time, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, that you will get it. Just now I went to that particular thing like that only. Okay.
Yes.
Search in URL. Sometimes, yeah, it doesn't work, but you will get it. Don't worry. You will get it. Just now I opened. Maybe some network issue, something like that. I'll again copy it. Yeah. Can you see my screen now, all of you? Angel?
Ma'am, it's loading, ma'am.
Hello?
Loading, ma'am.
It's loading. Yeah, loading.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you see this? Yeah. Can you see this now?
Not now, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now can see, ma'am.
Share.
Now visible,
I'll
ma'am.
do that. No. The problem is new share. It is asking. See, another article. Can you see my another article now?
Yes, ma'am. Assess the knowledge regarding
Yeah.
food and vegetable sanitation.
Yeah. Vegetable sanitation among housewives in selected area. Can you see my name here, Sharda
Yes,
Ramesh?
ma'am.
And DOI, can you see my cursor
Yes,
is on
ma'am.
that? So what I have done is, I have captured as and when the article is published, I have to have my DOI. I should capture and keep it somewhere. So, as and when you want to do that, you can give it to your reference for your students, your thing, and then they can put this. Just see, I didn't search it. How many minutes it took for me? Tell me. Now, suppose I want to look at housewives' knowledge on vegetable sanitation, food sanitation. How many minutes it took? Hardly three,
Under
4 minutes, maybe.
yes, ma'am.
Depend internet. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
If I have, I told you no why the ranking is important. DY. If I have the link like this, it's very easy for me. I just copy the URL link. I go straight to the article. I don't need to read the whole of the book. Otherwise, what in the library? What do? You search the papers, right? Go on, search the papers. So this is what is happening with this. So that's why DUI. So these are the people who were with my Stefina versus two. I think she is a staff now. I'm the second author. Jennifer and Poonam are all there. Four of us authors. See, we have something called as research nest. I have made in my college because very difficult for me as an administrator. Padma will vouch for it. Very difficult as an administrator to do something alone. But these things I can do. So that's how we all 4 5 people, these are junior faculties, clinical instructors. I merge myself with such people and we do together, and still I give the credit. She is the PI. Sharda Ramesh is the corresponding author, and there are other two more co-authors to this article, and we have done a study. So as you move down, you will get the abstract, you will get the whole article. See how to cite. If you have, suppose I told you no citation.
Yes,
So you'll have to just, if suppose you are doing a study here, can you see my cursor here,
yes,
how
ma'am.
to cite?
Yes, ma'am.
So what you should do is, more citation formats are there. You should do take those one of those formats and tell that which format you want. Either Vancouver or download citation, EndNote you have citation. Usually EndNote we do. My cursor is on that. Do the EndNote and cite in your study. So by doing that, what will happen? I will get one credit point. All these authors also will get a credit point. So that will automatically numericated in my Google this thing. So this I will stop now. So do you know how it is? Suppose see, you are reading my article in this volume, whatever. Okay.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
you want to do a citation. You said, okay, you thought this is a very good study. Yeah, I'm going to take this content to my research and quote it. Then in such a case, there is a place to cite it. So do the citation here, how to cite it, all that it will be given. So you just click this and write the end note. Usually we do end note, even turn it in we do. There are so many APA is there. See, there are so many. I don't know. I don't go to all those things. I just do the end note is very easy. You can do a citation or APA. Some do APA. End note is very easy. Or Mendeley. I told you no Mendeley. So you just put the number and say that yeah, this article this is cited. Then I get a credit. You also can have that as your this thing. This is a cited article you have presented on your review literature. Someone is asking, no, should I do a review literature? So I have done a cited article, right? So this is how we do. So I'll stop share this here. So this is how what I do is I usually make a good Excel sheet of the DY and things like that, and then move on to the journals, and so that quickly you get the review of all your articles. Otherwise, without the DY, it's very difficult. When you will search it, you will take years. Go on, search all the books, and that's why they say go for the Scopus. You understand now why they are saying UGC Care listed journal, why they are saying Scopus, why they are saying WS, because the facilities are more. It's just with a click of a button. You reach just now within 2 minutes. We have seen two articles. So your review search engine is very easy. Instead of going to your library, old library full of dust, you get COVID. By the time you finish that, all that is gone. See, it's just with AC comfort you are finishing it. So this is what we are doing right now. So that is typically a DOI, and that is the H index, that is the citation index, how many publications, all these things. Now there might be some questions who will say, should I really do it? As I told in the beginning of my topic, it is needed as an academic professional. Don't say in nursing, what, ma'am? No, no cribbing. Let's not do the cribbing. Whether it's your nursing, nursing is very, taking the wings now, and I see a lot of changes in the Tamil Nadu Council. So I'm sure you will have a lot of things ahead. You're moving. It's not only the Tamil Nadu Council itself. I think they're the only council having some 6, 7 journals for discipline specific, community, pediatric. So I should mention that also. So when you are having so much to grow, there is no question asking should I do it, why should I do in Scopus? But don't stop writing in blog or something. I don't do that because basically I'm not that much. I don't like all these web, Instagram, and all. I feel it's a uh, it wastes my time. Rather, I can spend that time on Scopus maybe because of my pressure of work. But you youngsters can still do that. You can do that. I'm not saying it should dump it off straight away. For me, I feel when you write I'm going to hang and die the next minute, I will get 100 likes. That's Facebook, that's Instagram. I don't want to do that, right? Suppose I say I'm going to suicide myself in another 10 minutes, then you and I put it on the Facebook. So what you all will do? Many usual human psychology, there will be 100 likes for that, 200 dislike for that, but nobody will counsel, nobody will ask why I'm doing. So basically I'm very critical about all these social media. So I felt that, yeah, I upload a photo, then they say, ma'am, your photo looks good. So I've hibernated from that because I thought I'm wasting lot of my time and energy reading that, and so I stopped it. But youngsters can still do that, but don't forget to do all these 4 types of journals. That will carry. UGC care listed journals are very good. You can do that, and the payment is little better. That much of funding you don't need for UGC. But Scopus, I'm telling you, nothing less than 15,000 per manuscript they are asking per. That's why we have clubbed 3, 4 people. You share that work also shared, fund also shared. Alone to pay 15,000 in a month, you start paying, then you will have time only to do that 15,000 for publication. Then what do you eat? So I won't recommend that fully. But in our university, yeah, we get a lot of FDP funding. So that's one advantage. Yeah, in that way, because it's international university and they give you a lot of things. But I don't know how many are giving that. But yeah, you can try as 3, 4 people, 4, 5. That's a international. You see, any manuscript they put lot of input. I mean, lot of authors. Always we wonder, no, why international authors, 5, 6 authors, co-authors, why? At all, at all, at all. Why? Because you're paying in dollars, so much money. So if you make it as a team, the work is fast, publication is fast. One can do this, one can do that. Check even as many a times I have not. It's my faculty who tell, ma'am, our article is published, then they give the DOI, then I save it. So many a times you may lose the track of it. So make a team. Don't fight. Make a team and do the work. Then you can. That's my simple analysis on this. When I was alone, as you can see my graph, 2006, 7 and all, I was dumb. I was writing in all the journals, everywhere I'm giving. None of my articles are shown in the graph also. See, but those articles I always cherish because I have written a good job there. Now at least I'm not putting that much of concentration. Those days I used to sit and write grammar, everything, but that didn't come to the platform. That means I'm not visible, right, as an academician. Now it's visible because the 2, 3 thumb rules I took it. One is team. I club with I never felt that they are my students, they are my juniors. I never felt that. I thought, okay, the more I teach them, and they help me, the hand holding, either ways. So I think that's the only way that we can think of at this point in time. And yeah, there are so many search engines. You will have to spend a lot of time on that and explore the possibilities of publishing. So I hope I don't have much any questions. Angel?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a lovely presentation. Much more information, a lot of information. I think students, everybody is maybe the students. It might have a little bit difficult to follow them, but it will be useful information for them, ma'am. Actually, in
Time.
future,
It doesn't. I told you no. Yeah, it takes time.
it
It
takes time.
takes time to comprehend this. Na, it took a lot of my time
Yes,
also
yes,
to
but really, it will be a
learn
motivating
and
one,
get
ma'am.
this. There
Really.
no book gives you. I told you. No
Yes,
book gives you.
you
That's
Yes,
the
know,
problem. No,
most
and
of the information,
nobody
sir.
tell us that this is the way to do it.
Yes, ma'am. Most of the informations are new for us also, ma'am. It was a really learning experience for us all. And hope all my faculty would have motivated to publish the
sure,
papers.
ma'am.
So if they published it, that credit goes to you only, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you
No
so much,
credit
ma'am.
should go
Thank
to
you.
you because you are the organizers. At the outset, I would like to thank the GRT management,
Yes.
College of Nursing GRT, Dr. Padma and her team, Angel, who was there always, making me. When you had called me, I had some other pressing issues I couldn't take up at that time. Angel was very patiently motivating me to do this presentation, actually. So I thank all of you for this wonderful time and learning for me also, definitely.
Thank you so much,
So
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
wonderful
Thank you.
being there.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Thank you.
Can I leave?
Thank you. Thank you all, dear delegates. Kindly fill your feedbacks. I think feedback link has been given in chat box. You can just fill up your feedbacks to receive your certificates. Thank you all very much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Shall we have formal vote of thanks,
Thank
ma'am?
you.
Yes, yes, yes. Please, please.
Yes, I was about to leave. That's all right. You do it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. Joy is the simplest form of grateful. Good afternoon, everyone over here. Honorable Chief Guest, respected Principal, Vice Principal, faculty members, students, and all the participants. It is a great honor me to give a vote of thanks on this special occasion. And on behalf of GRT College of Nursing, Mrs. Pramla, Assistant Professor, Nursing Research Department, I extend a hearty vote of thanks to all the delegates for this presence and contribution to make this national webinar successful. I extend my thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Sharda Ramesh, Professor cum Director, Symbiosis College of Nursing, to take out time for her busy schedule to grace this event. Thank you, ma'am, for a trending presentation regarding various publications in detail. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. My sincere thanks to various college faculty members and their students. My special thanks to our respected principal, Dr. Padmavati R., GRT College of Nursing, for providing the support to make the webinar successful. Thank you, madam. I extend my gratitude to Professor Chitra, Vice Principal, for providing this escort and cooperation. Thank you, ma'am. My heartfelt thanks to our team leader, CNE coordinator, Dr. Angel Shalini, for your wonderful work. Thank you, ma'am. My sincere thanks to our head of the various department, faculties, YouTube viewers, and subscribers. Finally, I would like to thank our nursing students from young researchers from GRT College of Nursing and School of Nursing for active participation. Thank you once again. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
More webinar expected for updates. People are commenting, ma'am. Ma'am, we will meet again once, ma'am, definitely regarding the publication. Some more, we will have a FDP exclusively for the faculty members so that it will be motivating them so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all the delegates,
All of you.
both in YouTube as well as in
Cross
the
maybe
Zoom.
encroach little bit of your lunch time. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Sure,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
இது கேட்டிருக்காங்க feedback கேட்டிருக்காங்க எல்லாரும்
Yes,
feedback.
ma'am. Given, ma'am. Feedback link.
Yes, kindly share in the chat box. இல்லை நீங்க ஐ திங்க் நம்ம அந்த இதுலயும் இருக்கு இல்லையா நம்மளோட ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் ஃபார்ம்லயே கூட இருக்கு இல்லையா ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் அதுலயும் ஓபன் பண்ணி விடலாம்னு சொல்லுங்க. ஓகே ஏஞ்சல், தேங்க்யூ.
Yes.